funny. It's a detective story, and my character is a detective, but I don't often, like, really play detective. I'm presuming that I'm going to find Lena and Morel in here. I presumed correctly. Now there's more people to talk to as well. Let's talk to Lena.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I love Lena. I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
In that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
Huh. I wonder how Horrific Necktie will feel about this.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
Huh. You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Yes, I do.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
I guess I have.
That is a way, way bigger compliment than it sounds like.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait. Where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
Well, what happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
And now that I've seen the Crabman, I completely believe her.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Huh? Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
It's interesting that you would tell that story to strangers.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian Phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
Oh, I suppose if they were on a date and she knew he was a cryptozoologist, it would be a heartwarming story to tell.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Yeah.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing.
Huh.
If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
He looks at her with admiration, forgetting a wide smile on his face. These two were so sweet. You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
Uh-huh. Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
I'm actually really glad that Kim is not here for this conversation, because he would be shitting all over this. And how big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
It was the phasmid that emptied trap. Maybe it is. Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just... such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Also, it needs to be said, this voice actress is really, really good.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
I want to do this, but not right now. Okay, let's report back to morale.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
You're welcome, dude.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes. There was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly.
Good suggestion.
Yes.
Suggestion.
The Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Don't think I like the scary guy. Oh, is that who this is over there? No. Who's Gary? I can't tell who he is. Crypto-fascists. Jesus. I would be treading carefully. Well, you know what? Like I said earlier, I think I believe them. So I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter this
Of
phasmid.
course. Be sarcastic. Unless
I
you have
wasn't.
an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands, okay?
I didn't realize he would take that as sarcastic. Oh shit.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Let's, +2 for Kuno's a hooligan. Yeah, let's do it.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Kuno. I may have met a kid. That's the locust stealing type.
Kids? What would a child want with bags?
Have you ever been a little boy?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up. Although, Kuno and I are in better terms than we were when we started.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
For their sake, I hope they're right.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
This is a slippery one. He may respect the law, but mostly wants to pass under the radar. You won't get a chance to talk after you walk out of there.
I better talk to Gary, I guess.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on.
I want to ask him this too, but I can ask him that at any time. So I'm going to get going. This must be Gary. He's the only one else I can talk to here. So let's talk to the crypto-fascist.
I really owe you one for getting us out of those reeds, officer. Finally got all that soot out of my hair. Name's Gary.
Yeah, I'm more of a city boy too. Let's try to build some rapport and then crush him.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Oh, I'm beginning to understand why his title is his title. Sadly, I think I might be a drunk, or a degenerate, maybe even both.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the floor tiles.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Huh. I'm trying to figure out which one of these questions is best to ask first. Like, it's funny, in my head, I'm like playing a scene from a cop show about like, I think in a cop show they'd start with the innocent detail. It's like, is this yours? And then hit him with the hard question. So that sounds fun. Let's do that. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
Oh, this is the guy whose thing we opened. I'm not gonna let on that I've been in his home. I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? It's cool to be like playing detective now. It's funny, it's a detective story and my character is a detective, but I don't often like really play detective in this game.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
Why did he throw that one away?
You're not going to find me, are you?
I can actually find him. Huh. I feel like finding him for 20 real is like that communicates pettiness. So that's why I'm going to choose that.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word.
I hope that's not the end of the
I don't
conversation.
know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a bigger fine. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob.
How does Morel not know that this guy is a racist fuck?
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Like that. Yes, what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
What do these things have to do with each other?
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
What a shifty fuck.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
He's wearing the armor. Let's start with this. What's that strange sound?
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this, though. Pinball, glasses clinking. Could be someone playing pinball.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
I wonder if I fucked that up. Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Let's ask him this, and then try to do... that.
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
Alright, let's give it a whirl.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the
Yes.
buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
His massive musculature. Something worn underneath?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I love that I'm fucking catching him in this lie. I love that I'm catching Gary, the crypto-fascist, in this lie. It's so delicious. Very satisfying. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was
Find him the fucking maximum this time.
ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Huh.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to take a piece of armor and put it on?
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once.
The woman looks at you, her eyes soft and pleading.
Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
The company you keep, Lena.
He's a loyal friend.
Give me that armor. Now, hopefully I can still ask this.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Lovely.
But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Now that I got him cornered, why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses. Lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
So he didn't see anything. We done here, Gary? Oh, a thought just occurred to me. Everard knows all of this. The answer to why did you lie to me, Gary, is Everhart. Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Thank you for your cooperation.